Hello and welcome back to The Remedy, brought to you by Coos Health and Wellness. I'm Eric Gleason. We're back with Lieutenant Brian Waddington. He decided to join us again. Fire season started in June, and we are going to discuss the safety of burning and when you can and cannot do it. Thanks for joining us again,
Absolutely,
Brian.
yeah.
Lovely to have you
Thanks
back.
for having.
So, what does fire season mean to the average person?
So fire season should mean that you can't burn.
Okay, seems logical.
Yep, right? Fire season
That's a
is,
good answer.
yeah, don't burn.
Well, if it's deer season, you can hunt deer. If it's
Right.
fire season, you can't. So see, it's backwards.
Right,
You don't
yes.
know. You have to
Yeah.
explain these things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So don't burn.
Don't burn.
During fire season.
Don't burn during fire season.
Now, when is it okay to have a fire?
So it depends on the fire season. So right now, in the rural settings outside city limits of North Bend, through Coos Forest Protection Association, you can't burn.
Okay.
No burning.
All right.
And you should always check with Coos Forest Protection if you live on the outskirts of North Bend to see what the regulations are.
Okay.
In the city limits of North Bend, you can burn, but you need to have a burn permit. So you can call the fire station or just get on the City of North Bend's web page and do a burn permit.
So if you live in the county portion,
Right.
it's Coos Forest.
Yes.
If you live within the city, any city, it would be your city's fire
Right.
district that you would want to discuss
Right.
the burn permits with.
Right, and that's what's a little weird too, is that there is North Bend addresses outside the city limit
Right.
of North Bend
That would fall into the Coos
that would
Forest.
fall into Coos Forest.
Sure. So you need to know where you live.
Right.
As far as how that works.
Yes. Yes.
Know that. When you get your permit, if you're granted the option to burn, what are the absolute wrong items to burn versus the right items to burn?
Right. So the wrong items are any garbage, plastics,
Okay.
petroleum products, stuff like that.
So don't pour gas on it.
Do not use gas. Yes, because then there will be
Right.
yes,
That could be a problem.
but yeah, big problem.
Okay.
The good stuff,
Yeah.
good stuff to burn is anything on your property, brush, wood, branches. You can't tear a shed down and burn it. That's building materials. So then there's a whole nother process you have to go through DEQ.
But what if that shed's on my property? See?
Yep.
So it's on your property, but it's construction
materials.
which means DEQ, don't
Right.
burn it. So
Don't
take
burn
that to the dump or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, fire pits, everybody likes to, especially during the summer. We don't have a hot summer, in case you've just moved here.
Right.
We have a lot of warming fires, fire
Yes.
pits, gas fires, things like that. Now, are those ever a consideration for danger?
They are, absolutely. So, and we do allow warming pits in the city of North Bend. Still call
Okay.
and describe your clearance around the warming pits, because if you have dry grass right up against your warming pit, it could be a problem.
It could if
right?
some ash falls out.
Yes.
or-
Yeah, so make sure you have good clearance around it,
Sure.
and you can still have a warming fire. But make sure it's clean wood, though, too. Right?
Right.
Just like the wood you use in a stove, it's going to burn clean, right?
Sure. So don't take the construction material and cut it up into pieces and throw it in your
Right.
burning pit or fire pit to get away from
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good information
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, we know that fire season happens. We don't really understand necessarily what that means for us as individuals.
Right.
So this should hopefully help. If you have any questions, contact the fire department that is within your area, whether you live in a city or live outside in the county property. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
It's always a pleasure.
Thanks.
And again, thank you for joining us for The Remedy, brought to you by Coos Health and Wellness. And together, we can inspire healthier communities. Have a good one. Thanks.